All right. Welcome in, guys. That's right. It is I, Paladevin. And yes, we did it. We pulled it off, baby. We hit the road to Requiem. And we actually hit it kind of early, but this upload is going live the day of Requiem because we are all about to lose sleep. Everything we have seen about this game, oh baby, it's gonna be cool. The most recent we saw was, of course, the live action trailer, and I'm not counting like leaks or anything like that, guys. I'm strictly talking about, what has been officially shown for the game. Man, the gameplay looks solid. You're gonna have the stealth mechanics, but also the action mechanics. So you got Grace and Leon juggling. That live action trailer was really cool, including the fun little cameo from Nemesis for eagle-eyed fans. I thought that was awesome, man, not gonna lie. No joke though, so when we had left, we still had Jake Muller's campaign to do with Resident Evil 6, and then of course Ada Wong's finale campaign for that one. Took a little bit, but we did make sure to get those done. The most fun over this back half, hands down, was Resident Evil 7. Like, Resident Evil 7, it's been, I think the last time I played that was before Village came out, and that game is just such a showcase, such a proper way to reinvigorate a series. Resident Evil has constantly evolved. I talked about that in the previous video as well, to where it's hard to kind of pin down what Resident Evil is. So taking the elements that Resident Evil 7 did, the hyper realistic graphics, the mechanics, going and changing the perspective to first person, these were all pretty ballsy moves when this game came out. And of course, at the time, you had everyone who was just flipping out about the PT demo and Kojima and Del Toro and Silent Hill, and it's time for the Kings to kind of take over horror again, and all of that, right? I just love that Capcom was like, let's not forget who runs the show around here. And they showed it with Resident Evil 7. That game it's such a masterpiece. It really isolates you more, and it confines you more than any Resident Evil game, I think. Like, sure, Resident Evil 1 is in a mansion, and that's about it, but, well, that's about it. It's all kind of the grounds of the mansion, the underground, the lab, stuff like that. But it's also a sprawling, big, giant mansion, where Resident Evil 7, yes, the Baker house is a big house, and their little guest house and stuff like that, but it's not, in my opinion, layout-wise, it's not as big as the mansion. So maybe this is just me personally, who knows. I just thought the way that Resident Evil, the way that RE7 just confined things, it was awesome. Then of course we do finish out with Resident Evil Village. I know in large part Village is a fan favorite, whether you're simping over Lady D or you just like that it's really first person RE4. There was a lot of fun with Resident Evil Village on the revisit. I will say the staying power is not there. If I am going to be that guy about one of the Resident Evil games of all that I've played, it's probably going to be Resident Evil Village. The kind of teetering on whimsy that the story goes into, and less emphasis on the biological experimentation. Yes, I've read the documents. Yes, I've figured out the connections with Oswald E. Spencer and Mother Miranda. I get it. But as I've told Noisy and I've told other people, by the time you do find that information out, you piece it together, it did feel a little tacked on. Like, this is, in my opinion, Resident Evil Village feels the least like a Resident Evil game. out of all of them that I've played. And this is the same person who said essentially Resident Evil can like be whatever at once. I just, you know, there's a teetering on the fantastical when we're suddenly throwing in werewolves and vampires, and yes, it's all different strains of virus that kind of gives off these symptoms, if you will. But when we're starting to do that, I feel like we're losing a little bit of the bioorganic weapon plot. But maybe that's just me. Maybe, you know, RE Village fan 451 is about to just come in here and clean my clock with all of the greatness for why Resident Evil Village is fantastic. But regardless, we have wrapped it up. We finished up the Road to Requiem challenge, and I hope you guys did as well, for those of you guys who were actually like doing the challenge alongside. So all the footage you have seen throughout both of these uploads has been straight from the PS5 Pro, straight captured, just getting it done. And it was a wild run. I hope you guys enjoyed the updates. I hope you guys are excited about Resident Evil Requiem, because I sure as heck am. We're almost there. I hope, okay, well, some of you guys are probably already playing it at the time of this upload. And hopefully I also will be playing it at the time of this upload, but we'll see how it shakes out. Enjoy the new Resident Evil launch, gang, and of course continue to tune in as we kick back, relax, and talk about anything gaming on the channel. I will see you guys in the next one.